Hi. So today I wanted to do a quick start video on adding your first campaign. So starting off in our agency view, as I always do, I have my account here. I'm going to go ahead and switch into my account. And now we're actually in the account view. I'm going to roll over to marketing, campaigns, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit create campaign. So once I'm in my campaign, I've got a couple of things to do here. I can name it my first campaign. I can go ahead and when I just leave the field, it'll automatically save it. I can start to add my steps to my campaign. So first things first, I'll add an SMS. Hey, thanks for subscribing to my amazing offer. I would like to get you all scheduled in. Is now a good time to book an appointment. So what this is this would be the first message that's going to go out as part of the campaign when we add someone to it. And right now you can see that it's scheduled at 0 minutes, but you could say, no, I actually want to schedule it at 30 minutes. And then after that, maybe I want to send an email. So then I would say, welcome to my amazing campaign. Thanks for stopping by. And obviously you're going to do a lot better job than I am here, but you can see that you can just add in your subject line. You can customize any of your body text. You can put in HTML. You can even put in custom values like the name of the person. So now instead of just saying, hey, thanks for stopping by, you can say, thanks for stopping by Bill or Sam or Beth. And then down here, if you want, you can also attach files. So if you wanted to attach a file to your email, you can do that. We'll get into this in a little more depth later on, but I just kind of want to get you through how this works. So now I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do that after 5 minutes. And so that means that 30 minutes after they get into the campaign, we're going to send them an SMS. And then 5 minutes after that, we're going to send them this email. And of course, you can keep on going here. So for example, maybe I want to actually make a phone call to this person. I can go ahead and add a phone call. And the way that works is it'll call me first. I'll pick up and it'll say, hey, you have a new lead. Press 1 to continue. And it'll actually try to dial out and connect with the lead. And let's say we do that 5 minutes after we send our email. And then let's say we don't get a hold of them. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to send them a voicemail. So what that will do is it'll allow us to actually send a pre-recorded voicemail to that person. And in fact, I skipped this step, but you can drag and drop an MP3 or other sound file here. And then what we'll do is 1 minute after we call them, if we're not successful here, we'll go ahead and send them a voicemail. So you can quickly see how you can build these really elaborate campaigns, and you can add as many steps as you want. Let's go over the campaign configuration options. So really quickly, we have the window, and the window is just when you would like the campaign to run. So by default, we run it Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And that simply just means that in the event that it's outside of this window, what we'll do is instead of running the campaign, we'll move the campaign start up to the next appropriate time. For example, let's say somebody entered the campaign at 6 o'clock on Monday evening. Instead of sending them that first text message 30 minutes later, we're going to actually send it to them on Tuesday morning at 8:30. Then we have the ability to assign users to this campaign, and that's if you want to round robin to salespeople. And again, we'll have another video to get more in depth here. Create opportunity, which is a really useful option. You can actually add people to sales pipelines. You have to go and create a pipeline under settings first for the pipelines to be available, but this is great. Remember, by default, anytime someone responds to any of our steps in the campaign, so they write back on the SMS, they reply on the email, you're able to connect with them on the phone, the campaign will automatically stop. So one of the great things is if you have create opportunity on, when they reply, we'll actually create them as an opportunity on the sales pipeline, and you can work them through a sales process. And again, be sure to look at the pipeline video and some of those other things to understand this a bit more, but just to kind of give you a basic overview. Now, no response. What is this? You can create additional campaigns, and in the event that no one responds to any of the steps in the campaign below, you can automatically roll them to another campaign. From address and from name, these are the from email address and the from name you would like the emails to go out from that are down in the campaign. So in our case down here, if we want this email to come from a specific person at a specific address, we just fill this in right here. So I could say, okay, I want to send it for myself, and my name is Sean. So there we go. I've got that all configured, and it's going to come from my email address. There we go. And now the lead value, super important field. Anytime you're generating leads, they have to be of some value to your customer. You ideally want to put in the lifetime value of the customer here. So let's say it's $500. We just go ahead and put 500 in there. And the idea is that later on down the road, when these leads convert into customers, we can track them. And instead of just going back to our client and saying, yep, I generated 100 leads for you this week or 100 leads for you this month, instead you're saying, no, actually I generated 10 customers, but really that's $5,000 worth of value this week. That's why I'm a great marketing agency, and that's why you should work with me and continue to keep me on. You can, of course, tag people as they come in and add tags to them. So you could just say like, Valentine's Day campaign. Let's say we're running, we can tag them as Valentine's Day. You can add as many tags as you want. Allow multiple. This option's off by default. It simply just means that by default, you can't add a contact or a lead into a campaign multiple times. But if you want to do that, either because it makes sense for your business or because you're just testing, you can, of course, toggle this on and off very easy. Now, stop on response is the default behavior. But if, let's say, you want to run this campaign regardless of whether they respond or not, you can, of course, turn all this off. And then finally, if you are setting up a campaign around a specific event, so this would be like a seminar, a class, any kind of physical event that happens at some period of time, you could come in here, select the date and time of the event, and then all the steps in the campaign, instead of revolving around the time that a lead is put into the campaign, they'll revolve around this event time. Again, there'll be some more in-depth videos here. Most campaigns won't use an event start date, but we do have it in there for those who do events. So now at this point, two important things: always save your campaigns and then always publish them. Notice it'll tell you, hey, this is in draft mode. It's not going to run until it's published. So then at this point, we can go ahead and publish. So this is awesome. We've got our campaign. It's configured. We've got all our great steps here. We can go back over here to the campaign screen and we can see it. We're all ready to put it into action here, and we can do this in a lot of different ways, and we'll cover this in another video, but you'll primarily probably do this with Zapier. And if you do this with Zapier, this campaign ID is going to become important because you'll use that when you're building the Zap. So anyhow, this is just a quick overview of how you do your first campaign. I hope this helped. Thanks.